So Donald Trump was talking to Senate Republicans today, and he's trying to convince them to get rid of the filibuster. Now, why? Because without the filibuster, they don't need Democratic support in order to open the government and get things going again. But that wasn't the big thing of what he was talking about. He thinks their priority should be, once they reopen the government, passing things like restricting mail-in voting and voter ID laws. And he once again repeated an old claim. And this just shows how out of touch he is, because he's probably never done this thing that he is talking about. He claimed again for like the fourth time since 2018 that you need an ID to go buy groceries. You don't. He's talked about it. You need an ID to go get gas, but you have no ID when you have to go vote. Again, most times, no, that's not how that works. I know here in Iowa, when I've gone to go vote, I've had to give them my ID. It is a thing. A lot of states have an ID requirement, but sometimes there are ways around having a physical ID. Like you need to have some kind of an official piece of mail, like a water bill or something from the city to justify your address, maybe along with another piece of mail or something like that. There are other ways you can use to identify yourself other than an ID. And Donald Trump is back on this ID kick, saying you need an ID for groceries. The only times I have ever seen an ID be required is for something that is age restricted, like cigarettes or alcohol, or I've seen it at times been required from certain places back when checks were a thing. Most places don't even accept checks anymore, so you wouldn't need to show an ID. Donald Trump is just completely out of touch. He's making things up at this point, trying to come up with a reason to enforce this ID law for voting. There's no proof that people are voting en masse that shouldn't be. I've said it before. Undocumented illegal immigrants would not be attempting to vote, because if they get caught, that is a commission of a crime, and that would get them deported. They wouldn't have attempted it before Donald Trump was back in office. They're certainly not going to be trying it now, especially with the rhetoric coming out of this administration. Donald Trump just wants to limit voter access because he knows what was shown just yesterday is when voters turn out, Republicans lose. And he's trying to make sure that they don't lose the midterms. He is scared of losing the House and maybe the Senate in the midterms. So now he's trying to claim you need an ID to buy groceries. It's never been a thing. He is completely out of touch. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Maybe it's senility. We don't know. But Donald Trump is not worried about getting the government open to fund programs. He just wants his priorities passed.